All praises to the Most High. Shalom, 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 shalom. Give you a moment. Mm-hmm. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Now, if you guys can see this. There we go. Give me a one if you can hear me and see me well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. I believe the beloved brother Big Judah just went live. I was uh, I was on my way there, and it went live. So I'm not quite sure if he's still live or if the live is done. You know what? Let me turn on this light. There we go. Should be better. Ah, that's good. It's still live. That's good. Well, in the meantime, before we move a little bit further, which one of you saw which one of you were in or at least saw the video from One Just War from last night? Which one of you saw it? There's a lot going on, beloved. A lot is going on, and we do not want the people to be distracted because we are moving forward. Okay, we're all moving forward. All right. If you haven't seen it, you might want to go to the community post or the community page and download the PDF for the monthly Wondrous report. And if you do, I would say to keep that as a record. And for the people that are new, if you need answer to some question, you might want to go to the biglevy.com and to question and comments, and somebody will be there and assist you. Uh, which one? Well, it's a little bit too early. I'm gonna wait until a couple of the people get here. So I was checking a couple of things that are going on in the news, and beloved, it's getting bad. It's getting really, really bad for those folks, and the so-called Ukraine over there. Excuse me. Oh man, I stay up too late last night. They are running out of ammunition. They are running out of ammunition, and Russia is spending 900 million euro a day. Okay, spending 900 million euro a day for war. All right. It's been over 100 days. That's like over 1 billion. Is that what that is? 100 billion? More than 100. It should be somewhere around like 90 billion. Whatever that is. So you see how much money those folks are willing to do war to destroy each other. They spend billion and trillions in wars. Everything this world need, everything this civilization, including Jews and Gentiles alike, need, it's already there. It's just those people are blocking everything. And if you try to help people, you're trying to heal people. They had the power to stop you. Right now, they don't. They do not have this type of power. They cannot stop you anymore. Now we have to keep moving forward. We cannot be distracted. However, we have another massive amount of energy that are coming on the 15th. Full moon's gonna be the 14th and the 15th. I will ask the people to get your red candle, oh, and do for your victory and stuff like that. All right. So as I'm advancing in age, my eyes are starting to failing me. Mm-hmm. There you go. What's going on here? That's better. That's a hell of a lot better. Now, with that being said, beloved, these things is becoming heavier and heavier and heavier upon them. Now, it is up to us. Well, it is up to a lot of you, but I would say it is up to us to get the knowledge as quick as we can, because once the banks, the hospital, the school are closed, they will come to us, and then we're gonna have to build this, because this war that's happening here is gonna be the one that gonna end all wars. And now through the media, we are seeing a lot of things are going on. For instance, we are watching how a lot of big cats, big politician fellows are getting charged and they are getting arrested. Okay, senators. All right, you got senators are being arrested, Brethren. Okay, thank you, beloved sister True Oil, for being here. It's good to be here. All right, all right. So you got those folks. You got those now they accuse, of course, Trump, the whole thing. But I want my people to understand all of those things are a distraction from you, from not for unfocus on the energy that is here or the one that are coming. 5 days from now or 4 days from now, we will indeed have the full moon. So the full moon is going to be on the 14th, and then the energy is going to come 9 days later. And I will advise our people to use this type of energy for the betterment of your own life, to use this energy for our people deliverance. Because what's happening, brethren, I certain things are going very well for me and certain other brothers and sisters, but I do not like when things are going right and good for me, and then I see my people are suffering. I see my people are being ridiculed. I see my people being blind and still doing scumbag stuff. There is a story that I was watching on the news. There is a lady that find a couch on Craigslist for free, and multiple people sent me the link, and I thank you for this. I will not bring it to the nation yet. A lady, I believe she's one of those African lady, and I will, because of what she did, I will call her a kinfolk, not a skinfolk. I will call her a kinfolk because our people do this. She find a couch for free. Okay, they throw the couch away for free. All right, and she brought the couch home, and then she was cleaning the couch. She find envelopes. She find $36,000, $36,000 in cash. All right, she went over there and returned the couch to that place that she they throw the couch out, and they gave her $2,200. Now, to Christian, what what it is, people, they taught our people, the more you give to the church, the more you're going to receive in the future. I think I did say something like this about 2 years ago. A bunch of Christians come at me and telling me I told the people to go steal stuff. Understand, when the mighty one blesses you with things, you did not steal. You did not go over there and put a gun in somebody's face. If you bought a house for your money, you bought this house, you clean it, paper sign, and then a few years down the road, you find there was a secret passage to this room that led to a gold mine, or there's a lot of gold and money in there. This is yours. You don't need to contact the owner of the previous house and get it. Most likely, the person that threw this couch out there, this is not. They probably bought this couch from another place. It's not even their money, which shows you when the mighty ones start giving the blessing to certain of our people, that's why they need to go. They're gonna quickly take it and give it to other people. And people that don't look like them, they're gonna give it to the enemy and say, oh, now they are suffering, they need this money more than us. There was a black woman somewhere in Milwaukee that won the lottery, millions of dollars. She gave it to a police officer. She gave the ticket to a police officer, to a white police officer. And she told the people, this the cops now need the money more than she do. She's dirt poor, and she praised Jesus. And I'm not making this up. She gave it to the police officer. So just to show you certain of our people, and I call those our people because our people do this. They need to go. They need to go. She won like $2 or $3 million. She gave the cop the ticket. All right. Those are the same people, brothers, that are complaining that they are broke. They don't have any food. They don't have any money. They don't have a good house. They don't have this. Their neighborhood is all messed up. When the mighty one gives you the blessing, you just literally take it, you give it to someone else. You don't need it. You know how offensive that is to the Most High? And you get the one that have the so-called money. They spent $2-3 million in gold teeth and one chain, buying cars, things that don't matter. And then when something happened, if something happened to this woman later on, and then people will come to us, say, Big Levi, we need to go out there and march. We need to go out there and spend our energy and cry for this person. No, you got what you deserve, man. You're on our way. We ain't got time for this nonsense, this foolishness. Our people were going up right now. This is our time. We ain't got time for this foolishness now. Understand this. The thing that they have over there at the border, so to speak, they will do the best that they're going to do to use this as a massive distraction to have you unfocused, because the energy required attention and focusing. That's what it required. Yeah, those are the same people. When something happened to them, they will ask for GoFundMe. That's true, brother Dimitri. That's true. You have to understand there are some apple that are in our midst. They are not good. We need to throw them away. They are terrible. And this happened multiple times. I've seen how, especially in our community, I've seen how people preferred not to eat in Haiti. They got money. They send it all to the church because they are expecting double, because that's what the pastors told them. I remember, if you might be familiar with something they call ja l'argent, or money ja. What is a money ja? You see those big barrel, those big oil barrel, or those big ass, but not the short one. Those big barrel, they like 6 feet tall. It's a giant barrel. What the white men used to do back then when we were in slavery, when the Haitian Revolution happened, and there was so much gold in Haiti, because if you didn't know, every single slave masters, all of them, from A to Z, whether they were in the Caribbean or they were here, they were warlocks. You could not have Israelites in your plantation if you weren't a sorcerer. You could not hold one of our brothers down if you didn't know how to spiritually keep them down. Slavery was more about spiritual, not physical. Okay, they were warlocks. They used to use our brethren when they die. They skin them. They throw the part. They throw them away as like trash, and then they will take their skin. They will write their prayers, so to speak, their conjuration to their demons. And what they used to do when the Haitian Revolution happened and blacks were going around and free themselves and killing people, they will take the best Negro, the best obedient Negro, and then they will have this Negro fill up those giant barrel with gold, fill it up with gold, silver, money, everything, deeds to land and everything. And then they will take this Negro, and then they will take a couple of them, put it in the back of some kind of chariot, pull it and go somewhere in the wilderness, have the Negro dig a giant hole, like a 12 feet hole, and then they will put the money in there. They will lower the giant barrel in there, and then they will kill the Negro, and then they will drop him and with the money, and they will cover it, and then they will drop it with a prayer. So, and sometime, most of the time, 99% of the time, they will bury the Negro with the money alive. They will bury them with the money alive. So when they die, their soul guarding the money. So those money are still there. Some of them are there. Sometimes this Negro soul, okay, they die because once you, if you bury somebody alive, this person become a demon. Anything that you buried alive, whether animal, if you take, like, for instance, and one of those research, I was talking to one of the masters. They explained to us, if you take a rooster, okay, you dig a hole in your property, you bury this rooster alive, it will turn into a demon. You can curse somebody. That's how they used to curse all people. They just buried them alive. If they want something to guard their treasure, they will bury the Negro alive in there, or they will slit their throat and spill the blood and say the prayer, and then have that person guarded this thing. So what will happen sometime, our ancestors, the spirit contact us in our sleep, and then they show us where those money are buried, but you cannot go ahead and pick them up. They have to give you access. Okay, so now some of our people, when the Catholic Church get back in Haiti, they know how to go get those things. They will come and they will say a prayer, and then the ancestors will come and talk to the people in the church, and they will show them where those billions of dollars worth of gold are buried, and then they will go get it. First thing they do, they call the priest. They will call the priest, and then the priest will come and take all those gold and go to France or the Vatican and all that, and then they give them a brand new Bible. They will give our people a brand new Bible. You know why? Because back then, the Catholic Church did not allow our people to get a Bible. They will give you one sheet, one page. For instance, they will give you a page of the book of Genesis from creations. You have to master this page from Genesis 1. You have to master all of it. You could not get a whole Bible. Okay, they will steal billions of dollars, and then they will give our people a whole Bible. Now you got this Negro, don't know how to read, don't know how to write, with one Bible in it. And he's saying the Bible they modify. They took all the good stuff and they give you all the garbage. And then this Negro is so proud. And then you will have our people will contact our ancestors to show them where they bury the gold so they can get Bibles. And then they will give all the money to the Catholic Church, because they told them, like, when you're going to heaven, you're not bringing this money. And back then in the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church used to tell our people, our ancestors cannot reach heaven because they need to pay. And you got all our black folks are coming to the church and give all they had. They dig treasures that were buried. They give it they give it to the priest, so the priest will pray, so our ancestor will get to heaven. You still have this nonsense going on today, where one of our people got a bunch of money. Okay, all right. I believe this boxer. I believe he was I believe Mayfield, Holyfield. Okay, he paid Creflo Dollar $1 million for a blessing. I will give you $1 million to bless me. All right. He went to a stage that he could not even pay his power bill, his electricity bill. He was giving too much money to the church. He didn't have money. He was a millionaire. Okay, $1 million blessing. All right, you give me $1 million cash, I rub my hand and then I tap you in the forehead. Oh, be blessed, brother. Oh, and then, oh man, I got a blessing from the preacher for $1 million. So that's why when those people do things like this, and then later on something happened to them, and and people like, oh, Big Levi, we have to say something, we have to do stuff like that. There's a music video Busta Rhyme did called "Just Make It Clap," and the remix, I believe. And then he showed how they got a bunch of money. They went to a church, and then they pay $1 million for a blessing. Okay, $1 million for a blessing, just to put your hand and say, "I bless you." So all those people, beloved, and then they have to go. They have to go, and those are the people when they get what they deserve, and they will come in the midst and lower our vibration. All right. There are so many things that happen to the slave that they don't write in books. Your ancestors, especially the little boys, the little girls, what they used to do to them. It's because I do not want to lower our stuff. I don't say those things. That's why anybody out there supporting that whole cowboy garbage and stuff, I said, you don't know what you're doing. This thing that they are doing out there, it's not that simple. There's a spirit in it. There's a spirit in it. Certain things I see people talking about them, and then when people question say, Big Levi, why don't you talk about that too? I say I can't. And I won't. Our people went through a lot, man. That's why I told our people, man, have some respect, man. Some people like, well, I hate Martin Luther King because he was a Freemason. Watch your mouth, man. I hate Malcolm X. I hate this dude because they sold out. Watch your mouth, man. Our ancestors, our people went through a lot. And I see the disrespect that's going on to the ancestors of the so-called Black American. And I warn them, you need to watch your mouth, okay? You don't know who those brothers were. But they sold us out. They sold us out. Okay, again, you really don't know who those guys were. Stop repeating after the so-called the demon. You see, a sellout from the beginning, this sellout will be pampered. You will see all the other church, all the other people will support him. They won't kill this guy. They never sold, they will never kill a sellout. They won't kill you. If you're a sellout, they won't kill you. That's what I told our people before. You see people going out there accuse our brethren that are no longer here to defend themselves and calling them, oh, they were Freemason, they were this, they sold our people, they sold. Nah. That's not what that is, man. When you talk to the masters, you talk with the people that walk with people, they'll tell you, nah, that's not what that is. You must show respect to the ancestors, man, because they are still here, they can hear you. Nobody talk about the ancestors of the people that did those things to us, but it's always ours that, do stuff. That's why certain people that are in the midst of us, we need to get rid of them because they are no good. We need to get rid of them because they are no good. All they are here is to bring your vibration low, is keep you always in sadness, always distracting you with the most silliest thing that they can find and have an outrage. Well, Big Giver, why don't you have a Twitter? You see? anyway, man, let's begin the prayer. Beloved, join us in prayer. There are a few stuff we will give a homework that we gave at the end, and then unfortunately, I may not be able to stay for long. Mom, was you fini? All right then. Uh, let me finish. No, let me finish my fork one. All right. So, beloved, let us begin. Great praise, great glory goes to the mighty one, God that created the heaven and the earth and everything in them. You that created men, you that know our hearts, you that know our moves before we made it. You have given your people the tools, the necessary tools and knowledge to fulfill prophecy. Of course, we ask for you to remove the lazy, the dead weights, the one that always go against you and against your law. May you anointed us and your holy oil so we may move forward and fulfill prophecy. We do understand we weren't destroyed for a lack of money. We weren't destroyed for a lack of gossip. We weren't destroyed for a lack of cowboyism. We weren't destroyed for a lack of wealth. We were destroyed because we didn't have no knowledge. We rejected it. We embraced ignorance. Indeed, because of the whole things that we did against you, you took away the knowledge, and now slowly but surely you are giving it back to your people. We say great thank you, great glory, great praise goes unto you. Mighty One, as we are moving, as we are getting closer to the big bang, the big battle, we are seeing the detriment. We are seeing the loins of the enemy being shaken. We see the entire world is upside down. We see how the so-called the people that were supposed to show us the way to heaven are taking billions or trillions worth of dollar and then spend it on weapon so they can kill each other, so they can cause more suffering around this earth. This beautiful earth that you created with all those precious lives onto it. These impure, those demons that got loose came into it and they destroy everything, they perverted everything, they poison everything. It is by your grace that we are here praying. It is by your will we are here doing what we are doing. We are asking you for your great knowledge and your superior wisdom so we may use this to heal this world because this world need the proper healing. But the healing cannot start with the cancer still in the body. The cleansing, the proper cleansing cannot start without those bad energy getting out the house or the body that we're trying to heal. We need to suck up the poison out of the body. Once the poison is stuck up, we can go ahead and rebuild this place. We're asking you, Heavenly One, to send us your proper angels, the one that are responsible for certain things, especially right now. We dearly need the knowledge of astrology, the mystical, magical knowledge of astrology, not the scumbag stuff those people are using out there about birth and then who you gonna marry and all that stuff. Nah, we need the astrology, the sign, the proper way to use this to free our people, to remove the curses, to make miracles around the earth. Yes, yay. The reason why our prophets, our apostles, or people used to do those things, they had a superior knowledge. They had a knowledge that the Gentiles cannot understand nor use. We do know for a fact that the so-called pure magic, we are the only people that can use it. They can't. And we are asking you to reveal and give and restore this knowledge unto the nation. We pray you for the beloved brother Big Judah. We understand that the time is yours, and we understand that each of us we have a time. Each of us have a timeline to fulfill our mission. Each of us have a mission that you need to fulfill, that you need to accomplish. That is why I told the people, if I do something or if I say something that do not sit well with you, please leave. Do not tell me to stop doing what I'm doing. I cannot stop this. Whatever that you heard come out of my mouth, whatever that you heard me doing, it is of the mighty one. I take no credit of it. Please do not tell me to stop anything. Take what you can get, then leave. If this is the time for you to get whatever you need, you feel the time, you reach your capacity, good. My mission is fulfilled. Holy and powerful one, we ask you for this magnificent energy that is coming on the 15th. The full moon gonna be the 14th. We will get our red candle. We will seal victory. We will supercharge it. We'll ask victory on the behalf of the children. We'll ask victory for our brethren no longer suffering under the claws of the enemy. We'll ask you to give us the great knowledge to control both light and darkness, to subdue both of them and have them do according to our will, just like you order us to multiply and fruitful and subdue the earth. Indeed, we barely can do one of those things because we cannot do none of them without your knowledge. We cannot do none of them without the Holy Spirit and the wisdom. We pray you for our people to conserve them, to move them. We do understand that you will release this holy fumigation of this earth. We only ask, Heavenly One, when you're doing this thing, so you can move us, whether to Goshen, aka Viloka, Atlantis, aka Antarctica, underwater, above water, the firmament, another planet, may we be moved soon. And we are, the planetary alignments are happening and they are getting better. We are feeling the energy. We are seeing the demise in the face of the enemy. We are seeing the desperation, and we are seeing the distraction also. We will not be moved, we will not be dismayed. We glorify your name, mighty one. May you bless the nation and send your angels in the midst to do our will, to do according to what we tell them to do, so they may obey us just like we obey you. Selah, so be it. To the angels, to the Holy Spirit, to all the spirits out there on the four quarter of the universe, all the benevolent spirits that are listening, all the spirit of light and darkness. You will listen to our voice, you will obey us. For those of you that are from the light, you may come and bring us light, and bring us protection, and bring us love, affection, and bring us knowledge and wisdom, and bring us happiness, and bring honesty, and bring harmony and unity in the midst of us. And for the votes, for those of you that are from the darkness, we bind and control you. May you go upon our enemy and torment them day and night, and give them nothing but hell on earth, and make them err in every single things that they are doing to destroy the children of the light, and make them you everything that they use to do worse, to do bad to us, may render 10 times tenfold unto them. May you go in the midst of their children, they're born, and torment them. The Black George, we charge you for justice. We charge you for victory. You, so called angel of darkness, angel of death, if you do not carry what we command you to carry, you will not rest. We will burn you with the holy fire of the heaven. You go and fulfill according to our will, and decimate and destroy all the enemy, including spies and dead weights that are in the midst of us. If you do not carry those things, we will burn you with the eternal fire from the mighty one Adonai himself. Go, fulfill those things. We give you license to depart. And once you're done, come back giving us the report, so we may give the mighty one great praise and great glory. Selah, so be it. Go. By the horrible and terrible power of the mighty one vested in me, I'll leave all of you in peace. You may go in peace, beloved brothers and sisters. Go in peace. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. I don't know why people are still fearing Jacob's trouble. What you're seeing out there, it's Psalm 83. There's a massive judgment going on. It's Esau's trouble and all the people that are associated with him. Okay, they choose to go down. Let them go down. Now, beloved, you go in peace. Mom, prends là la main. En bas dans le frigidaire, là, prends moi avec Olivia. Là. Oh, sure, Olivia. All right, beloved, we will give the homework. Thank you. Avec Lila. Thank you. You may leave. You may leave. Okay. Thank you. We will just discuss the homework that we're going to do. We were going to do a kidney cleanse, but before we do the kidney cleanse, we'll do a blood cleansing first. Then we'll do the cleansing. But it's pretty much the same thing. We will start doing this the first July the 1st. Is that what that is? Am I doing this right? No, I'm doing this wrong. Yeah, that was the right way to do it. Don't forget, beloved, on the 15th, there will be a massive amount of energy. It's gonna be there on the 14th. Okay, it's gonna be there on the 14th, but it's going to be fully supercharged on the 15th. Use those energy to talk on the behalf of your people, protection, the knowledge to come back upon the brethren, and then we can go ahead and do stuff. What is she doing? But I don't want her to bring me stuff. But anyway, Before we move into the homework, I would like to say I am not tasking you to do those things, nor I am encouraging you to do those things. This is not a substitute on the mighty one to do your prayers, to do your diligence. This is not medical advice. I am not a doctor, never was, never will be. Well, my mother wanted me to be one, but I can't. I am not advertiser, and I'm not forcing anyone to do what we're about to do. What we said here can be taken with a grain of salt, a cup of salt, a bucket of salt, with the freaking Pacific Ocean loaded with salt. This is on you. We do not force anyone. If you're going to do this, whatever your result, it's yours. We're just doing this as a form of experiment. There's two there's two things you're going to need. First thing first, before you do anything, beloved, you don't do things in darkness. You will need your candle. Each of you at home, you should have a giant white candle in there. Well, not this one, because those, like, once they start getting somewhere around here, it will be really hard for you to light them up. You will need the one that do not have the glass. Okay, I have one here. I show it all the time. You will bless it. Okay, you will consecrate it. Okay. Okay, all right. So, on va l'autre like là, ça qui est dans le papier hein, avec girofle qui est sur ça. A white pillar candle, but without the glass. Okay, this is your candle to look. You do meditation on that, you do study on that. Anytime you want to know something, you do it on that, because you don't do. The children of the Most High don't walk in darkness. Okay, we use the darkness, we use the light, but everything that you're doing always asks for light. You will light up your white candle. Okay, all right. You will do this. So now, what you're gonna do, beloved, you're going to go to whatever the place, a farmer's market, a Walmart, a Publix, Trader Joe, if they sell things over there. I don't know, wherever they sell groceries and they have certain things to do, and then you're going to get two ingredients, two elements. Remember, the might, yes. Well, Lila, Pala. Okay, all right, that's good, that's good. That's good. Bon. No, that's fine. No, no, I'm bon. It's good. All right. Now, you're going to go ahead, brothers. You're going to get two ingredients. Again, every time you go buy anything, you have to talk to the element. Everything that you are seeing, they have a spirit. This paper, they have a spirit over them. In the spiritual realm, if you can see it here, it have a spirit. You're going to buy purple garlic. I don't know about regular garlic. If you cannot find regular garlic, I don't know. You might use one. If you cannot find purple garlic, you can use a regular garlic. All right. You will take the purple garlic. You will talk to it. You will wake it up. Tell it you want it to come, because what you are doing, you're trying to subdue the spirit that's in the garlic, and you should be able to subdue it because you were born. You the Most High put you above all the spirit, including the angels, both angels, demons, and all nature, and all the spirit and nature. You are above them. It depends on your faith and the connection to the Most High for them to obey you. If you do not have a direct connection to the Mighty One, no elements, no spirits on this earth will obey you. Read the Key of Solomon, the greater key, of course. You need to subdue the spirit that is in the garlic. You have to tell it, by the power of the Mighty One, I cast all impurity in you. You will serve and do my will. And come home with me. I will buy you for my money. If you go anywhere, this garlic, you say, how much for this clove or this garlic? They say $10. You do not say, what about five? Well, what about six? You pay $10. $20, $20. If they ask you for $1,000,000, you might want to go to another place and buy one cheaper. But if you have the $1,000,000, you pay for it. You do not haggle when you go buy certain things when you're doing things for healing. You don't do that. You go, you buy some garlics, you wake it up, you talk to it, you bring it home. You go, you get some olive oils. Okay, one sister said honey is pretty good. She's been doing it, but I don't know about the honey. You may want to try it. Again, we are crazy here. We are alchemists, but according to the master, you get honey olive oil. Okay, this is pure olive oil, extra virgin, great value. All right, now you're going to do the same thing. This has a spirit in it. Okay, you're going to subdue the spirit according to the book of Genesis. You tell it, olive oil, wake up. I come to buy you for my money, and I need you to come home with me, and I need you to do my will according. I need you to do a job for me according to my will. Now, once you get home, you're going to need a mason jar if you wish. You can put it in anything, but we have a mason jar here. Now, once you get those two things, you come home, you light up your candle, okay? You activate the four energies around the quarter of the universe. You activate the four energies. How do you do this? Simple. You take the garlic, you take the oil, you facing east first, okay, while your candle is lighting. You raise them up, you ask the spirit from the angels, you asking for passage. You speak whatever you want to speak. You do this from the four quarters, then you're ready to begin. The energy is flowing, brethren. This is no joke. This is not kids don't play with fire. Kids play with toys. If you're not about that life, don't do none of those things. Now, you take the garlics, you peel it, okay? You take a fork, you poke some hole in it. All right? You poke some hole in it. All right? You don't grate it, you don't crush it, you don't do none of those things. You poke some hole in it. Okay? You put it in the jar, in the mason jar. All right? And after that, you pour the oil in it. And then you close it. That is all. You put it in your fridge for 2 weeks. Let it fermented for 2 weeks. This is a very powerful antibiotic. If you have any blood infection in your blood, you got infection, any infection that you have, you take you take 3 spoons in the morning before the sunrise and 3 spoons before the sunset. A spoon before the sunrise. We go by sunrise and sunset because we use the energy when the portals are open. You can use in the morning, at night. That's why the doctor tell you to take this 12 hours morning and night, because it's the energy that, but they don't want to tell you this, but it's the energy. You always have to use energy because you really don't want to use the energy in your body. You conserve the energy in your body, you will live a hell of a lot longer. If you use the energy around nature, you will use long. You will use for a long time. But if you use the energy in your body, that's why when we go to work, when we everything that we're doing, we use our own strength to do it. We get old fast. We get weak, back pain, pain all over, arthritis, and then we die. Our kidney gone, liver, we got cancer because you keep using the energy that is in your body. The energy that is in your body is for your bodies to keep your soul in there. You use the energy from the sun, the energy from the planets, the energies from the stars, the energy from nature. When you're doing things, you use outside sources. For instance, for some of you, certain time you have a computer or phone that needs to be updated, and the phone and the computer told you that you need to be plugged into a so-called power outlet, okay, for the phone to do the stuff. Imagine if you go to work, your work is 10 miles away. Every time you go to work every morning, you walk there. You won't live long. Some people will say, oh, this is healthy and stuff. You won't live long. There is so much that your body can take. That is why so-called athletes, a bunch of athletes, they don't live long, because they live in a constant stage of excitement. They walking out too much. They use their own energy too much. If you keep walking to work every single day, walking 10 miles, 10 miles, 10 miles there, 10 miles there, you go to work, people sucking in your energy. You barely can make it home. Instead of walking to work, you use a car. You use an outside energy. The energy that is in your body, you conserve it. That is why you don't get into argument with scum. They will suck up your energy. You will be depressed. Depression can kill you, man. It can, one, literally kill you. Two, make you kill yourself, suicide. because you are drained. You don't have any energy. That's why I do not have time for petty things, get into stuff with the Negro and stuff. You don't use your energy, you use the energy outside. That is why when you light up the candle, a massive amount of energy is here. The reason why they don't want you to focus on the energy that are coming, because they want to distract you, and then talking about nonsense, and they suck up your energy, and then a few months down the line, and then you get depressed. You don't know how this happened, but I'm having everything that I need to get, but why am I not happy? Because something is sucking up your energy. Now, this thing, beloved, is a powerful antibiotic. Antibiotic. Any STI infection, sexually transmittable infection, please do not send me your silly little email. I don't want to know about this. If you have any infection, whatever it is, you take 3 spoons before the portal open, 3 spoons when the portal is closed for 2 weeks, and then do this. All right? That's what it is. When you are a human being, I'm not telling all people to be lazy. Your body, it has a time for you to work out, a time for you to rest, a time for you to get involved with certain activity, a time for you to dance, a time for you to go to sleep and stuff. If all you do is go to sleep, taking pills and go to sleep, you're not gonna live long. If all you do is eating this diet, you stick with one diet, you're not going to live long. I don't know where people are getting the whole thing like you not your body is a balance. That's why you got a left and right hand. It's balanced. Sometimes you eat certain of this food, and then you leave some of that food. You say balance. You harmonize the body. This month you drink water only. The next month you drink juice, natural juice, and couple other things. You see, your kidney and your liver, they do all the work. Do not overwhelm them. If right now what you're doing, you go into a blood cleansing, I will highly advise you to stay off a little of the alcohol. If you can cut it, you cut it. I myself, I will do this. I will not advise anyone to do this. This is crazy. This is witchcraft. This is what else again? Somebody will die if you do this. Your doctor won't make any money. What else? Did I say something there? I forgot about something else. I don't know. Some other crap. Don't do this. Now, is everybody clear on that? Everybody clear on this instruction? And everybody clear on this? Everybody understand? Use outside sources, use energy. There's a reason why your enemy had you working on the plantation. The slaves never leave somewhere about 40. They work them until they die because they use outside sources. They make them work. All right, everybody clear. Use outside sources. That's why the energy that are coming around the earth, use it. Some of you all have so much happiness, so much strength, you don't know where it's coming from. It's coming from there. All right. So now everybody's clear. Now we're gonna get into scumbag stuff. You can leave, brothers. We're about to leave. Now we're gonna get into scumbag stuff. Now, scumbag stuff, brothers, those are things that we do on our own. We just do stuff. Now, I did an experiment. Again, I was trying to turn water into wine, which I succeed to some degree. Then I moved to proceed, and I say I'm gonna create a super oil for my beard and my hair. I took this is crazy. Don't do this, but I'm not gonna say what I did. I took a bunch of ingredients and I activate them. The only thing I didn't do, I didn't have a candle lighter. So I took it, I make a super oil, but I did it wrong because I mix something organic and another thing that is organic, but it wasn't supposed to. I learned that the hard way. The experiment fell and it worked. I made a super oil, which I'm not going to say it here, but this is what I did. I take all the stuff, I activate them, I say what I need to say. Then I went overboard. I bought two of those. and then I put the oil next to it. I put it in the corner of my house, okay, and I put it there, and I light up the candle. Fire is my element. I'm trying to master fire, so I told the fire, since you're my element and the mighty one, give me, give me, uh, ordain me to be over you. You will obey me and do my will. I want you to strengthen these things that I'm going to do. Made it work. I did it towards the moon's going to be full, and I told it the fire to purify this and strengthen it. To purify it for 3 days, and I light up the fire, and then it dominion. Thank you. I tell that I have dominion over you. You will obey me. You will do according to what I told you to do. So the fire purified this. I purified the experiment for 3 days. Then I took it out, and then I take a bucket that I have in the house. I fill it with water, which is it's overkill, and I put the mason jar in it, and then I let it underwater for 3 days. I told the water, "You are the element that the mighty one created. I banish all impurity, and you obey me. Keep strengthening this for 3 days and put it in there." And after 3 days, I take it out of the water, and then I went outside and I dig a hole, and I told the earth to strengthen and purify this and make it work for me. And I buried it for 3 days. And after 3 days, I took it out, and then I hang it outside, and I told the air to purify it. And the last day, that was the full moon. Brethren, when I did this thing, I did another thing too. It was two experiment. And when I used one, I'm like, holy hesh, this thing worked. It was overkill. All you need to do is one element. You just tell the fire to strengthen it, and that's it. If your element is the earth, you just bury it on the earth. You told the earth to strengthen it. That's it. If your element is the air, you hang it from a tree. That's it. If your element is water, you just put it in the river, in the sea, or in a pot of water. That's it. I overkill this thing. And through my research, I realized, holy hesh, I've overdone this thing. I've done it too much. And this thing is so powerful, I leave it outside. I never put it, since it's been a month now, I leave it outside. It's still outside. I never brought it back in there because it's too powerful. It's overkilled. I just leave it outside. And I left it outside. I'm like, man, this thing is way too powerful. I create a monster that I cannot control. Now I understand. All you need is one element, brothers. One element. That's all. You don't need anything else. One element. I will advise you to use your element, or the element that is easier for you to do. Some places you cannot dig a hole. You cannot dig a hole, but you can use stuff. You can do this. Ask this thing to keep. Mostly I will advise you to use the. You will need probably for 2 weeks. You will need at least 6 of those, and then learn. Yeah, now I learned. You know what I should have done? I should have go ahead and make everything. I should have separated. I did not separate it. I did not separate the experiment. There are some stuff. You know what I did, Bridget? I take 7 elements. I was trying to do 777. I was getting 7 elements, get them together, purify them 7 days under the earth, 7 day in the water, 7 day in the sky, in the air, 7 day in fire. I was gonna do a 7-7, and then I'm like, man, I overkill. And the 7 element that I have, I shouldn't use the parsley. I shouldn't use the ginger. I shouldn't use the onions. I did. Those things, when I used them, they actually did not. If I show it you, the oil become on top, the parsley, and then every other things come at the bottom, because they are not supposed to be together. I was supposed to use only oil. I was supposed to take the oil and do what I need to do, and then done. It would have worked perfectly for like 3 days. That's it. And I overkilled it. So it's just, I learned now. I learned. That's I was like, yeah, I was like, this, I'm like, whoa, this thing is way too powerful. I'm like, no, this is for the extreme case. Me, I build a monster that I do not have a way to put it. I just leave it outside because I'm like, I can only use it for what I just once I'm done, I realize what kind of thing that I've done. I'm like, holy moly, damn, I can take the entire steak with this thing, and I put it back. I left it outside. I tell the Most High, forgive me. I didn't know what I was doing. I went way overboard, and I leave it out there. It has this moment. I don't know when I don't know what's gonna come upon me for me to use this type of power, but yeah, I'll use it. So you can purify it. I mean, you can strengthen it, with the candle, with the fire, or you can purify it with something else. This I just leave this in the fridge. That's all. I learned my lesson. I just leave this in the fridge. So after 2 weeks, when it's done, I'm going to begin my own blood cleansing. Gonna take well, since I don't have anything in my blood, I'm gonna take 1 spoon before the sunrise, 1 spoon before the sunset, to see if it will work. Because, excuse me, the master say you should feel some type of thing in you. You will feel, is it things are good and things are bad. If somebody, you had some kidney issue, some blood issue related, use this and see how it is. After 2 weeks being using it all month, go over there and do that. Now, for some of you, you may have some blood poisoning now, and then you're like, yo, I ain't gonna wait for 2 weeks for this thing to ferment it. You're going to need some clove, powder cloves. That's better. Okay, you're going to need something like that, a bigger one. We use this because we are doing scumbag stuff. Okay, you use a mortar and a pestle, and you take the clove. Okay, and you light up your candle. You don't work in darkness. Okay, always you open up the four corners, supercharge this, banish all impurity, tell it to obey you and perform your will. You put it in there, and then you grind it to fine powder. While you're, hate it, you're telling it, this is what I want you to do and stuff like that. You grind this powder. This powder is very precious. Okay, this is not that the one you bought in the store. Okay, a powder that you made, it's not the one that you bought in the store. So the one that you have in there, you will take the milk, you do the same thing. You take a gallon of milk, you banish everything in it, and then you tell this milk to do whatever according to your will. You will take a teaspoon of the clove, the pound fine grind clove. You will put it in a glass of milk, a cup of milk. You will drink it, one in the morning, one before the sunrise, one before the sunset, until this is done. And then when this is done for 2 weeks, you can use this one. That is for only extreme cases. All right, everybody got that? Everybody clear on that? Don't do the scumbag stuff. It's just like I just like to learn and do a bunch of stuff like that. It's a cup. A cup is just one cup. One cup. Like a cup of tea. Well, cup of tea. Cup of tea. That's what they said. Call it tass, but a cup of tea. Just a little small cup of tea. You choose to drink one glass of water or one glass of milk, is good. Like some people say, what should I use? Whole milk, 1% of milk. They just told me milk, brothers. So no, you do what? If you have a cow over there, that would be better. You go to the sweet cow and get that real milk, and they're good. Please do not send me email about how you study cow milk is not good or whatever is not good or milk or terrible. Look, there's a lot of things that you think I don't know. I do know them. It's just like I don't like to bring things to the nation that they didn't tell me to bring. Okay, you can get this. So, beloved, now you have this. Please, you do understand this thing that you have here. You cannot raise this above the mighty one. This is nothing comparing to the power of the Most High. You cannot do this and cue yourself and claim that the Most High didn't do anything to me. I use my own knowledge and do this and stuff. Beloved, yeah. Listen, overthinking, avoid it, brothers. This is something simple. Oil. Don't do anything extra. Take the free. You don't even need to activate this, brothers. You know why you don't need to activate it? Because the spirit is already in you. All you need is a freaking garlic. Poke some hole in it. Put it in the jar. Put the oil. Put it in there for 2 weeks. Then you're done. That's all. But the reason why we say this is because we want the spirit to be familiar with us. We want the spirit to dwell in us. We want it to become an egregore unto us. Once it's becoming egregore unto us, whatever that we touch, they already know what to do. That's why we have to keep practice and practice. Beloved, I will leave you with peace. I will leave you with love. I will leave you with great wisdom and great knowledge. Anytime they share something with me, I can share it with you. But right now, I I have some crazy things I'm doing. I'm like, man, I created a monster. All praises to the Most High. Fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever.